Welcome back to the Wiccan Forum. We were talking about dog offenders and how they're going to be listed from now on. Manny, where did we leave off?
The last thing I said was I was under the impression that bestiality was illegal.
Well, there's a guy online that was fooling around, I might say, with his Stafford Pit Bull Terrier, and he was filming it while on his camera, and he got 6 months to a year in jail for it.
Yeah, see, to me that's just gross and disgusting. If you're really that desperate for it,
there are people on 42nd Street.
Yeah, pay money for it, okay, and hire a human.
And there are people that are willing to do it for free.
Yeah,
so,
you just have to
just
find
go to
them.
a bar.
I mean, you shouldn't subject animals to that, because that, to me, that's torture.
Disgusting.
That's torture. That's just...
Yeah.
That you should be on a list and put in jail for.
Yeah. So, I would totally believe.
Did you want? I have nothing to say on this. I find that to be a disgusting subject.
Yeah.
I was going to say, did you want to talk about the rituals that we had?
Yes, the rituals we had. We had one of our Sabbath rituals, which was Litha. Manzu, would you please explain what Litha is all about?
Litha is I know I changed my name to Manzu. Litha is the summer solstice. On the calendar it actually says it's the first day of summer, but it's actually the way that the signs are, the sun is actually halfway through the summer months already.
Yeah,
and that's our celebration.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to get that out. I had a complete brain fart when that happened.
I'm sorry.
That's quite alright.
It's usually held on June 21st, but this year we held it on Saturday, June 19th. And it was held by Jody, and she did a nice job at it. And later in the broadcast, we'll be talking to her and seeing her altar. Then we had the June full moon, and Steve, why don't you tell us?
That was the Honeymead moon that was run by Lisa. I guess I am officially the Sabbath expert because I've been around for a few years, and
technically the full moon is an SBAT.
An SBAT, yes, but excuse me, you know what I meant.
I know, not the audience didn't know.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to confuse the audience. It was the Honeymead moon,
also known as the strawberry moon or the rose moon.
Or the rose moon. And we celebrated, and we had mead for that ritual.
Yes, and Lisa did an excellent job.
Excellent job.
And that was done on Saturday, June 26th, so you'll see our interview with her
I believe
as well.
we have segments on both of those.
Yes, we do.
Yes,
and they did an absolute wonderful job, and thank you to both of them if they're watching. Then we have some upcoming events at Practical Magic 2. The Chakra Cleansing Meditation is this Saturday at 8 p.m. on July 10th. It's free, so come on down.
And just to mention, the chakra cleansings are only once a quarter, so if you don't make it to this one,
you have
this
to wait.
Will be the only one until 3 months from now.
Probably in September, probably.
Yeah, roughly. So if you can, please come.
Yes, and then Friday, July 30th, mediumship Susan Bishop is back. She'll be here at 8 o'clock, and more than welcome. There's space is limited, so please sign up before
She's a very good medium. She had over 22 or 23 people the last
22 the first time, and then we cut it down to 15, and that was our max. And we have a couple of sign-ups already, so we're just trying to get the word out for her. And then August 6th and the 13th is Dowsing Classes. It's a 2-week seminar with the wonderful Bridget Benjamin, and she will be back learning about...
one thing I have to say about Bridget, she is very, very informative. Her classes are well worth the time and the money.
Absolutely.
You learn a lot more from one of her classes than from anything you could get out of a book.
She's very knowledgeable in the subjects she teaches and speaks about.
She'll also be back on for Past Life Regression sometime in August. I'll have that at a later date. And then Wendy Rule will finally be back in September. It's looking like the date will be September 1st, but no date is in stone as of yet because she's still having problems with her visa. We wish her all the best. So, anything to add?
Just a quick mention that information on all these events and other things that we also have coming up as well can be seen on the website at practicalmagic2.com.
I was saying .com. Yeah, and I just want to wish, I know she probably will never see it, but Carrie Prejean, congratulations on getting married. Okay, you were fabulous Miss California, no matter what you said about gays and how they shouldn't marry. It's still okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but you know what? Okay.
I understand. I know you like your pageants. I
don't agree with her answer, but I think she was a better Miss California than most of what they've said.
I have no problem with her answer. It was her opinion. It was the fact that everything she did afterwards was only sensationalized, so that way she could keep herself in the media, which I didn't find.
First of all, Perez Hilton should have never been able to ask that question. Never. And I think she may have answered it wrongly. All it said was, should the state be allowed to do it?
I don't think that she answered the question wrongly, and I think if he wanted to ask the question, he had every right to. My problem with the whole issue is I think that he took it out of context and blew it up to be a bigger issue than it was. But you know what? That is how Perez Hilton makes himself. That's how Perez Hilton gets himself into the news. By doing
but
things
come on,
like
let's
that.
be honest. Donald Trump didn't, cry either. He did ratings.
No, you're absolutely right.
I know it was after
right.
the fact, but it got his name in the news because we'll talk about that.
You're absolutely right. But I mean, in my personal opinion, I think that Perez Hilton is one of the quote unquote celebrities, since he is, but he really isn't, that uses negative attention to get himself into the media. When there are plenty of other ways to do it positively, and I don't agree with that. I think the whole thing was unnecessary on his part because he's taking on causes that aren't his right to.
Okay. Well, she got married to Kyle Bowler, who's Oakland Raiders quarterback, on this past Friday. So I wish her all the best. Even though I don't agree with her, but whatever. Miss Universe and Miss Teen USA are coming up soon, so I can't wait.
I believe you missed mentioning one ritual. On July 24th, I believe it is, we have the Blessing Moon ritual coming up.
Yes. I'm so sorry. Who's doing the July 4th? You are! I'm so
yes, and
oh my god!
On July 11th, I believe we have the Dark of the Moon ritual to banish all the negative.
Oh my god!
To banish all the negative energies around us.
Well, Steve, I will have Manny interview for those two as well because I can't believe I forgot all about that. Okay, well, if that's it.
On that
That is all I can think of.
Well, thank you again for reviewing, and blessed be everyone.
Blessed be, and may the gods preserve the craft.